Have you ever wondered about the journey that leads a student from a classroom to a prison cell? It's a path that is, tragically, all too familiar for many Black students in the UK. This phenomenon, known as the school-to-prison pipeline, is a stark reflection of the systemic issues plaguing our educational and criminal justice systems. Imagine a student, let's call him Michael. Michael is a bright and creative young man, full of potential. However, as a Black student, he finds himself navigating an educational system that often misunderstands and misinterprets his actions. His behavior, which may seem out of the ordinary, is seen as disruptive. Instead of receiving the support he needs, he is repeatedly excluded from school. This pattern of exclusion is not unique. In fact, Black Caribbean students are 3 times more likely to be permanently excluded from schools compared to their white British counterparts. This is a glaring sign of the systemic prejudices and biases within our educational system. When it comes to students facing unique challenges, these difficulties are magnified. The interplay of race and distinct obstacles often leads to Black students being overrepresented in exclusion statistics. Failure to provide adequate support for these students paves the way to their alienation and, subsequently, a higher likelihood of exclusion. This issue extends beyond unlawful and disproportionate exclusions. It's about systemic racism, socio-economic disparities, and the failure of institutions to address the specific needs of Black students effectively. Despite the existence of legislation like the Equality Act 2010, which prohibits discrimination based on various protected characteristics, the school-to-prison pipeline continues. The journey from the classroom to the prison cell is a reality for many, representing the gap between legislative frameworks and their practical application. And what about the government's role in all of this? Despite numerous reports highlighting racial disparities, there has been a noticeable lack of concerted action to address these issues. Recommendations to fund grassroots organizations that support Black students and overturn unlawful exclusions are often overlooked. So, where does this leave students like Michael? Where is the support for Black students? Where is the call for systemic change? The school-to-prison pipeline is not just a phenomenon. It's a pressing issue that demands urgent attention and action. It's a reflection of the deep-rooted problems in our educational system and society at large. It's a call to action for us all, to educators, to policymakers, to parents, to society. Because every child, regardless of race, deserves the right to learn, grow, and thrive in an environment free from discrimination and bias.